Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the time you are watching this Excel data cleaning tutorial. This is in continuation with our ongoing Excel for data analytics class. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about data cleaning in Excel. In case you have not gone through the last two videos, make sure you jump into those content and consume them. In today's class, I will keep it stupid simple, going straight to the point of discussion. And most of the things we'll be talking about is what we may daily encounter doing analytics. You being a you being a data analyst, many the chances are that oftentimes the data you will be working with may not be properly formatted, which means you need to do a lot of data cleaning before going ahead to analyze the data for the intended analysis you may want to perform. And you may be wondering why what is the difference between data cleaning and data formatting. Uh, it may interest you to know that most of the work you will perform during analysis, most you spend much time trying to clean your data. And remember that during her Power BI class, we dwelt more on data cleaning. So I will implore you to bring that knowledge into Excel. But I won't be going that deeper into data cleaning in Excel. In order to start with, there is a rule of thumb before you start cleaning your data, and the first rule of thumb is to get yourself familiar with your data. Getting yourself familiar with the data will enhance your knowledge about the data you are being presented with. And remember that during our Power BI classes, I said as a as a as an analyst, you assume don't just assume, don't presume, ask questions. Probably if the data is coming in from one of your department, let's say sales department, finance department, you need to ask question about the data. If you are not the originator of the data, you need to ask a lot of question in order to get yourself familiar. So this same knowledge we need to apply them in Excel as well. Don't just delete a row, don't just delete a column without you having thorough knowledge about what it represents or what it stands for. In today's case, here is a data. This data contains information about the past United States of America president. This data is gotten online, and as it is, I purposely search for this data in order to suit what we want to do in data cleaning. Having said you have to what's it called get yourself familiar with the data before cleaning, let us apply the same rule here. And how do I apply this rule? You may be asking yourself, oh, what am I looking for? What are we going to clean? What am I going to clean? Let us inspect these one after the other. Here is what here is in this row we have how many rows? This is not a large or a voluminous data set. You might find yourself in a situation whereby you have to work with hundreds of or thousands of rows. I think I have once worked with over over I think over a million of rows of data in Excel during COVID-19, where we were analyzing COVID-19 data, COVID-19 cases as it happens. Are you with me now? So in this situation, this is not pretty much, is what we can just peruse under 2 seconds, as the case may be. Don't mind me anyway. We have 44, we have 40, 48, 44 rows, and how many columns? About 9 or 10 thereabouts. As it is, looking at this column, I don't need to this column. What do I do? We get rid of unnecessary column so that we will not have data model redundancy. Let's get rid of that. I've gotten rid of that. And so looking at this column, president column, it is not properly formatted. As you can see, that's why I brought it for us. So the way it was presented, it is poorly presented. Can you see some is starting with J Tyler, this word is starting with what? The lowercase, while some is in what? Uppercase. So this will lead us to text manipulating in Excel using Excel inbuilt functions. So let me copy this, and in order to demonstrate that for us, let me go back. How to demonstrate that for us. What we do is this. Okay, we have three inbuilt function to that effect. We have three inbuilt function to that effect. The first one is on upper, it's called uppercase, the lowercase, and the proper case. You can use any of these three inbuilt Excel function to standardize your text in Excel. As the name connotes, here is the formula for it, or function for it. Equals what? Upper. Equals upper. Then you press your reference. So what I did is I said, I want to format Excel. Help me format this text to uppercase. And then I now reference this column A to press enter. What do you have? We now have everything what? Properly formatted. Everything is in what? In capital letter. Everything is in capital letter here. And here, as the name connotes as well, the lowercase on this in lowercase, enter. When you drag down, we have it done. As you can see, everything is in lowercase. While the proper case give us the what? The standardized text normalization in Excel. So we drop down. Now that is how you format what? Data in Excel, formatting data in Excel. Hit A, bodies for you to see. Let me increase the font. These are the words. These are the ways you can present you can standardize your text in Excel. And during our data formatting class, I said always avoid what? Using caps to present your data. It's unprofessional. So let's go back to our Excel and do what? Apply what you have done. What you can do is what? Insert a button here, and then just said equals proper by proper this, press enter. Here we are. Ooh la la. So just Here, what we need to do, we need to get rid of this. If we get rid of this, remember during our data formatting class, we had issue when we try to format our salesman, delete our salesman column. As a result of what? Because it's a reference, the formula, we derive this new column from this what? Initial precedent column. So if we go ahead and delete this column, we'll be having reference error. So in order to avoid that, what you do is copy this, paste it here, then come to your paste menu and paste value. Then what do you, oh no, sorry, Control Z. What you do here is come to this text, then now this and text, and you drop down. Oh, ah, Excel was happening. Okay, it did not copy. Let's go back, but it has changed. Okay, what we need to do is let me Control Z and come here. You do what? Paste as value. Still getting same. Okay, let's copy this itself. Let's copy this itself. Control C, and let's come here again. Paste as value. Yes. Mm, yeah, also applying. Okay, let's go back here. Let's Control C and come here to what? Paste as value. Here we are. Now with what we formatted this. Then I can now go ahead and remove this column here. Okay, that is that. Then another thing is what else do we need to do? We fix this, we fix that. Another thing we need to do is, lest I forget, just occurred to me now is when you are to perform data cleaning in Excel, it is safe to what? To keep a copy of your original data set. And how do you do that? You come to file, save as, browse before you do anything at all. And then as you can see, this is the backup file and this is the initial file. Just rename it to maybe whatever you are doing to or so, and then press save, cancel. But because I have done it, I won't be canceling that. So if anything goes wrong, if my data analytics, my data cleaning process goes haywire or goes south, I have a what? A backup file to fall back to. Let us continue. In this column, let us inspect this column. This column is talking about what? It's talking about prior, what they were doing before they become president. George Washington is what? Is a commander in chief of the Continental Army, and he served in that capacity from 1775 to 1783. So likewise, all these ones. So there is much we can do here, but for this case, I don't need it much. I don't need it much. So I can go ahead and what? Get rid of unnecessary column. Now, then we now have party. We have party. Here in this party, this is talking about their political party. And let's check the numbers of party we have. Let's insert. filter and see what we get here. You see now how many political parties? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 or so. Okay. Is a political. See, we are having some foreign thing here. Let us check what that is. See, so okay, this person is what? Who is this person? John Tyler, Whig Party. Can you see now? April 4, 1841 to September 13, 1841. So can you see what party is this? Because this manually is this data is entered manually. We can get rid of this. Just to close and apply, and let's remove our filter. Press OK. Good. We've done justice to that. Yet we having Republicans, Donald Trump Republicans. There's nothing like Republicans. We have Republican. So we can remove that. That is, we've done this. All right. What else can we do again? Yeah. Now, look at this place, this column here. We having what? Thomas Jefferson. We have Thomas Jefferson, Democratic Republican. James Madison, Democratic Republican. And we are having, what's it called here? We have Democrats, the Democratic Party. We have the Republicans here. Now, and we now have this four set of presidents who are what? Democratic Republican. What does it mean? Now, as part of getting to know your data, as part of getting to know your data, what happened is this. Sometimes Thomas Jefferson was not too cool with George Washington. Oh, he doesn't like his style, he doesn't like the party, and it was like, okay, he decided to form a party called the Democratic Republican. So they form a what? A Democratic Republican Party. That is why you are having this Democratic Republican. You can you can Google check this Democratic Republican Thomas Jefferson, the president that served as Democratic Republican under the Democratic Republican Party in the United States of America. You will see the history, and so that is why we are having this. This is not error, guys. That is part of knowing your words, knowing your data. Now, having done this, another thing we can do is let's go to the vice. This is talking about the vice president in the United States of America. Yeah, we have something so funny here. It is not properly formatted, and let's do justice to this too as well. I want to teach us something. Let me copy and paste into another sheet here. Just Control V. Let me go back and get rid of this. I want to do something here. Guys, watch. I want you to pay rapt attention. If you need to pause and rewatch, please do. Look at this place. Here, this vice president column is not properly formatted. See John Adams, Thomas Jefferson. See Aaron Burr, George Clinton, Daniel D. Tompkins, John C. Calhoun. Now, look at all these extra spaces. Why do we have these extra spaces here. We're having these extra spaces as a result of what? Because these data were manually, what's it called? This data was manually entered in Excel. That's how we have this. How do we get rid so that everything can align properly? How do we have them in a proper format to get rid of these wide spaces? There are Excel functions to that. That is why I have to copy and paste here. There are inbuilt Excel. Now, in order to get all these unnecessary spaces here, this is what we can do. There's an inbuilt function called trim. When you equals trim and then this, you enter. Let's flash fill. Can you see now? That function has what? Has taken care, has taken care of all these wide card spaces we have. It has taken care of all these spaces we have. Now, let me show you all these spaces. In Excel, let me input my name, Ezekiah Adewale Omoyemi. Let me expand. Let me enter another one. Ezekiah Adewale Omoyemi. And let me enter Ezekiah Adewale Omoyemi. Good. See these names. They are not of the same character in Excel as far as Excel is concerned. We can check for what we call a character length. You see, any spaces you enter, whenever you are typing in Excel and you are pressing the enter button, Ctrl Z, when you are pressing the space bar on your keyboard, each space bar has a count value of 1. How do I mean? This is it. Let us check for this number of character. The exact formula we are going to use is what? Is length. Length returns the number of characters in a text string. This, which string? This, and enter. This is 24. Let's check for this. Equals length. This equals 42. Can you see now? Let's do this one. Length. This. Look at it. Because of what? Here, there are spaces in between my names. In between my names. So each of these space bar has a value of 1 in Excel. Here, I was entering. Can you see it changes? So let us close it. Let us close the space bar. Can you see it change? So when you input in Excel, you have a value of what? Any space bar you use in Excel, it gives you a value of 1. Always avoid that when inputting, when you have to input your data manually in Excel. Let's go back. What if we want to get the first name and second name here? What if we want to get our first name and second name here? There are 2 ways we can go about it. Number 1 is highlight this place, your column, your text column, come to data and come to text to column here. When you have to text to column, It's telling us to trim. We want to do this. Next, we are not using tab, we are using space. Next, Excel reform. What destination are we putting there? Our destination will be this. Go back and press finish. Why are we having this? Because formula, because of the formula. So let me get rid of this and let's copy as usual. Format as, go to home, control one, format as um, text. Okay, still have it as formula. And so let's have it as um, data as what now? Okay, just why can't you just control C, control V? While control V, just come here and paste as value. That has taken care of whatever I want to do. Then let us go back and trim. I want to use text split here. I want to get the first name and second name. So there is a function to that effect. Okay, let me use the first inbuilt function. I like this one. Come to our data, text to column. Can you see now? We what? We cannot split formula in Excel because this column we are about to split is a what? It is formally derived. If there is anything like that, permit me to use that English. So we go to next, then we are using space. When you use space, you have this in between them. Then you now press next. These items will come up. What row, destination, we are having them here. Go back and finish. Can you see now? Automatically we have our words, our first name and second name, even to third name. So that is splitting in Excel. If you want to rewatch, just pause and we rewatch. Another thing you can do is using split function, text split, um, text split, which text here, and we now said column delimiter, column delimiter, column what? Delimiter. Our column delimiter will be what? This. Ctrl Z. Then you have, that's another method of splitting in Excel. Let's copy this and this formatted one. Let's go back to our data cleaning. Let's format this place. And what we need to do is reduce this here, here, insert new column, and use what equals to what trim trim text to value, text to value to text, this and the formula. We found a typo error in this formula. Trim. Okay, closing parenthesis and control enter. Do we want to accept this? Yes. John Adams. And let's go ahead and drop it down. So let's go ahead and if we go ahead and delete this, we should not be having that. Oh, we are still getting that error. Um, text to value. Yeah. We should have text to value. I think. Let's see. I want to I want to validate text. Text is valid text. Is this what I did initially? Huh? What if we go ahead and delete? Are we still having that error? Oh la la. Then we should let me try another method. I'm just trying to experiment with this. I don't use most of this function often. Anyway, value text text to text to we don't have formula to okay, it should be formula to text. So then not be formula to text reference and exa reference. Yes, that's my reference. Close parenthesis. How many do we have open? Then the second close parenthesis. While we get an error, let's see. A value is not available to the formula or function um, trim formula formula this is the formula. Wait, let's try this method. Formula to test, and I say trim this text, close close um this. Let's try this. Okay, Excel cannot take what I wanted to do. So the best thing we need to do is let's follow the normal route. Let's follow the normal route, which is equals to trim trim. I want us to trim Sorry, guys. I need to come back. I'm so sorry for keeping us. Trim, trim this, this, enter, and do this. Then we let's copy as usual. Control C, Control V, and go to home. Paste as value. Then get rid of this. Get rid of this and place this as vice. That's a vice. All right. What else can we do? The salary. Yes, we can do the salary. Can do the salary. Okay. Before then, let us remove duplicates. And how do we do that? Alt A plus M. Then remove duplicate. Okay. We have one duplicate file. You press. Okay, let's see. We have getting rid of that duplicate, which is Barack Obama, that appeared twice. Now let us look at this date. Let us come to this date column. We can see we have a longer date here and we have a shorter date. Are they the same thing? So we need to properly format them. What we can do is this, and come to you can do everything short date. Here we are done. So that is how you can format in you can clean your data in Excel. We are done. I hope you have gained more deeper knowledge on how you can clean your data in Excel. Thank you very much.